The following featured presentation is part of the Skywalking Network.
It's a Neverland Clubhouse, yeah, yeah, yeah. Think of all that we will share. Disney updates and fandom will take you everywhere. It's Courtney and Kelly, two sisters that will be together. Oh, 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 join our Neverland Clubhouse, yeah, yeah, yeah. Two is twice as nice as one. Memories with friends and family, everybody is welcome. It's Courtney and Kelly, two sisters guiding you through Disney. Together, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 15th episode of Neverland Clubhouse. This is the Disney podcast where we go to different parklands to share Disney stories, news, and what's going on with Disney Plus. I'm Kelly, and this is my sister, Courtney. Hi, everyone. And we also have Sarah from Skywalking through Neverland with us in the clubhouse today. Hi, Sarah.
Hi. You guys are going to think I'm a permanent fixture now.
Because you are.
I am. I'm just not a sister, but I'm a sister in spirit, right?
That you are. Oh, absolutely. Honorary sister.
I love it. Well, sisters or no, we are your tour guides through Disney fandom.
On today's episode, we will be spending our time in the Main Street Hub, just sort of people watching as we discuss what post-COVID Disneyland looks like for people who have not been able to visit yet. Also, Star Wars Celebration 2022 is just around the corner. This will be Kelly and I's first time, but Sarah has been to a lot of them, so she will be giving us her top 5 must-do things at Star Wars Celebration. But first, we have some trip updates. Yes, as you guys know, we're going to Walt Disney World in just over a month.
Oh my gosh.
34 days. We're so excited.
Whoa.
And with Walt Disney World, there's just a lot of trip planning that goes into that. And on our last episode, we had more than 60 days to go before our trip. And we had to make dining reservations. And all these announcements came out of Walt Disney World. So we wanted to give you a little trip update as to what our trip is going to look like. Courtney, do you want to give us a little favorite thing that we're going to be doing? Yeah, well, since after we decided to, before the 60 days came up, they announced that tours are going to be back. So we were able to book the Keys to the Kingdom tour at Magic Kingdom. So we're so excited to be doing that. And we're going to give you our thoughts on that when we get back. And then also we did the dessert party, after party for the Enchantment. Gonna get that front row spot of Enchantment.
Is that the fireworks show, right? At Magic
For the fireworks show at Magic Kingdom. So we booked a dessert after party.
That sounds amazing. Very jealous.
Yes. And then also Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is opening on May 27th. So we will be able to do that. And we're going to try and get a virtual boarding group, and we're going to try and get a lightning lane. We need to try and ride this, right? Yeah, but that's not the only space thing we're going to be doing.
No!
We're going to be going to Space 220. So we're going to eat in space. Yay!
Wow. That's
One
an
of the
exclusive restaurant, right?
Yeah, it's one of the most coveted dining reservations right now. It's very, very hard to get. And let me tell you, we had to be up at 3 a.m. to get these reservations.
Wow.
I know. It was a lot. We woke up at 3 a.m. to get those reservations. And man, if you don't know how to do that, it's insane. It is insane. But luckily we were able to kind of tag team reservations, and we got an Ohana breakfast. We got a Steakhouse 71 dinner. And we're going to be trying a lot of new things and things that we haven't done before. We've never been on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. We missed the boat by a day for our 2020 trip on that. We literally left the day before it opened. It was so sad. And just lots of fun content coming your way on our Walt Disney World trip. So please be sure to follow us at Neverland Clubhouse Pod, because we will be trying to post stories and trying to go live and trying to catch the Enchantment and Harmonious and all of the new stuff. So we're going to be giving you lots of content. We are leaving June 18th, and we'll be in the parks the 19th through the 27th.
That is exciting. Oh my gosh. But also, I know that since our last recording, we had a halfway to Halloween, a bunch of announcements and content and things. So what happened with that, ladies?
So I'm looking on my phone and at all these announcements, and before this trip and the cruise, we're going on the Disney Wish, but we had to move that to January because that got pushed back, but we were able to book that at like concierge. But me and Courtney have never been on a Disney cruise. And when we were discussing it, the Wonder goes out of San Diego, which is not very far from where we live. It's like maybe 3 hours. We could drive there. Not easy enough. No flying. And we had discussed maybe going on a San Diego cruise in the future, like after we've gone on the cruise, after we've done this. So then the halfway of Halloween announcements come out, and they announce that Daisy Duck, Minnie Mouse, and Clarabelle Cow is gonna be the Sanderson sisters on this ship. And on Disney Cruises, they're going to have a Hocus Pocus theme Halloween on the high seas. And I text Courtney and I go, as if we needed more of a reason to go on a Disney cruise out of San Diego.
And I said, oh no, this is happening.
He's like, we're doing it. So I go, okay, well, let's look and see like how much it is and how much we can do and can we go. And of course, we called Small World Vacations. It was like, all right, can we talk about a Halloween cruise? And Marion was like, yes, let's do this.
So you guys are booked, right?
Oh, we are. We are booked on a San Diego cruise, Halloween cruise. We leave October 12th.
Nice. Oh my gosh.
We'll see how we like it. I think we're going to love it. We're not going to be concierge on that one. So it will be our first cruise before we do concierge with the Disney Wish. And we'll have to do like a compare and contrast when we get off of the Wish between the Wonder and the Wish. That'll be a fun episode to do.
Definitely. I can't wait for that.
So now I think we should head on into the hub. It's been over a year since Disneyland has been open in this pandemic COVID world, and a lot has changed and a lot has gone back to normal. Some things haven't. So we decided that we're going to go over some post-COVID world, post-pandemic, how we're feeling about Disneyland a year later after it's opened.
And also to help those of you who maybe haven't been to Disneyland since the pandemic and are maybe wondering what's it like now? Like, is it completely different? So, this is going to be a great discussion for you guys.
So as we know, we were wearing masks for the better part of two and a half years. But now at Disneyland and most places, there are no more masks mandated. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't wear the mask if you don't want to. You can absolutely choose to wear the mask. I think the mask is still required on the Toy Story buses at this point, but that may change. But the masks are no more in line. You don't have to wear them. You can if you want to, but you don't have to.
Indoors, they're not mandated either. On the trams, you don't even have to wear them.
That's right. No, because trams are mostly outside. So
right.
You're good.
Right.
But trams are back.
Yeah, we didn't have them for a long time.
Yeah, which is so great.
I think at Walt Disney World, most of only a couple of the parks have them back. Like not all the parks have them back in Walt Disney World. So we're very fortunate to have our trams back.
Yes, we are. Because man, drudging walk at the end of the night was
Me
real
and
hard.
Courtney had decided to park at Toy Story. We were not doing that walk while those trams were not operable.
Mm-hmm.
It was brutal.
Yeah. And then of course character hugs are back now, right?
That they are, but they are hard to catch.
we tried to do some character hugs, and lines were like 90 minutes long for these character meet and greets, and
the
like
princesses,
a long time.
Yeah. The princesses are back inside their royal hall, and it was a 90+ minute wait the entire day. Like we couldn't
and it didn't even look
it.
that long of a line. Like it was still within its like switchbacks in the fairy tale hall. But when we got in line, there was a cast member in front of us telling us that it was going to be a 90-minute wait. And we were like, okay, we'll come back. Thank you.
And then we didn't come back.
We didn't go back.
Now that's interesting. I was just recently there this week, and we were walking in that fairy tale area where that fairy tale princess hall is. And while I did see a line there, I didn't check the wait times. But as I was standing there getting some LeFou's brew, which is open as well, and the Storytellers is back. The Storytellers, Beauty and the Beast show, and the Tangled show are back.
Yeah, the shows are in the fairy tale hall.
Yes. So those are back. And but as we were just kind of standing, having our snack, we noticed that Gaston and the evil queen wandered into that courtyard of the Tangled courtyard. And you can kind of go up to them just like you do in Avengers Campus, where the characters are like wandering about and you can like try to catch them and get a picture. So they weren't standing in one spot. They'd keep on moving around, which was interesting.
Yeah, I know you had a really good interaction with Scarlet Witch, Sarah, recently in Avengers Campus, just catching her as she's walking off stage or on stage.
Yeah, she was walking off stage because I had missed. She actually does form a line. I think when it's a new character, they will allow a line to form in Avengers Campus, which makes sense. I mean, come on. Yeah. But I had made it in the morning just to be not able to get in that first line for Scarlet Witch, like they had already cut it off. And so I got real chatty with a cast member who told me where she was going to walk back to. So I caught Scarlet Witch on the way out. And then when they formed a line again, I was able to get my good pictures with her, which I posted on my social media. So you'll see that on like Jedi Tink on Instagram, but I do have to put like our Scarlet Witch, the fireballs. What is that? Her power.
Oh, her power.
Her red.
I think it's chaos energy.
The chaos magic. Like,
yeah, the chaos energy magic. Yeah.
Yeah. And I did ask her, I haven't posted one other video, which is what I was talking with her with during our photo shoot. But I did ask her about how do I tap into my power, and so she gave me this really cool, like, got to center yourself and take your core, like get from your core your power. It was cool.
Nice. I love it when they get real into it. It's awesome.
Yeah, she was great.
One thing that I do miss about the pandemic character meet and greets is that you were just kind of able to come upon them, and you were just kind of able to have a quick conversation with them, not too in depth, but their attention was just kind of like everywhere, and nobody was kind of like staying there too long because you couldn't like do much with them. So everybody got a chance to get a good interaction with them, and I really kind of miss that. I know that everybody wants to hug everybody and everybody wants to their nice little picture with everybody, but it was nice to just kind of see characters out and about again, because in the beginning, that's what Disneyland was, is you could see characters just walk on by or just like happen to be in the courtyard or whatever. And when they have to take pictures and stuff, they have to be in a certain area, and they're kind of going quickly and they're moving faster and they have places to be, but it kind of felt a little bit more special almost when they were just kind of like there. But everything's going back to normal. So
yes,
it's like it's good and bad.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same about that, just because did I miss the 90+ minute line to get a picture with the princess? No, I didn't. But did I miss being able to like hug Mickey and hug like Chip and Dale and stuff like that? Yeah. But also I would have liked to just, get a selfie with them and say hi and, walk away like before.
You know who I miss hugging most? Nick and Judy. I really need to hug them. They're so fuzzy. Oh my God.
I know.
I would stand in a 90-minute line to hug Nick or Judy.
I had a really good interaction with Goofy in Walt Disney World the last time we were there. And so I'm like, I need a Goofy hug.
Oh.
Yeah, I just like those happenstance character moments rather than standing in a very long line to say, oh, thank you, hi, hug, and bye.
Right.
But they are back, so if you want to go hug Mickey, go ahead and go hug Mickey.
Go do
That's right. All right. Yes. So what about eating at the parks? How do we eat at the parks? Has it changed?
I mean, don't stand in line.
I mean, so like mobile order has been around before the pandemic, but I don't think a lot of people utilized it because it was just implemented. Like they were giving away buttons to entice annual pass holders to use mobile ordering. So they were just introducing it before the pandemic. Right. So during the pandemic, you could only mobile order. That's the only thing you could do for a while. And you would have to mobile order early. Windows would leave. Popular places weren't open. So there was only a few things open and available. A lot of people were talking about how it was hard to find food, hard to get food. Everything's open. Everything's good. But I would still recommend mobile ordering. Do it because there's no reason to stand in a line for food. Yeah, you get the same food. You get the same food.
You can move those windows to your liking. You don't need to eat at a peak time where you're waiting forever for your food to come up. But like choose a time that you think is suitable for you off like a regular eating time and just go and pick up your food. It literally takes like 5 seconds if they're, doing it right. If they're not behind in the orders. There's no reason to stand in those long lines.
I would agree with that. And just this past week, again, we were walking over to Galaxy's Edge and I was like, do you feel like a blue milk? Yeah, I feel like a blue milk. So as we're like passing by Frontierland, I go on my mobile order. I mobile order blue milk. I say, I'm ready. I'm here for pickup. And it was literally ready as we walked under the bridge to Batuu.
Especially for blue milk in Batuu. Yeah. Do not stand in a long line for that. No. Pick it up.
Blue milk and green milk, you can pretty much get a order now, pick it up now reservation for blue milk. It's not like you have to wait 45 minutes, an hour out for things. Certain places, you might have that 45-minute out window, but usually blue milk, you can get it now. You can mobile order it. Don't stand in line. Just do mobile order. You can use your discounts, your magic key, everything. Also, we were for the first time, and I have no idea how long we ate at Tomorrowland Terrace for breakfast.
Oh, and do that.
We had these breakfast burritos that were incredibly good.
They were so good. We were like, why don't we eat breakfast here more often?
If you're looking for breakfast, go to Tomorrowland Terrace.
It's called Galactic Grill now. Galactic Grill.
Yes. Yes. I don't know why I said that, but okay, Galactic Grill. And it was just a breakfast burrito. It had eggs, it had hash browns, sausage, bacon, cheese, all wrapped up in a tortilla, ready for you to take it on the go if you want to. But yeah, we discovered that and we were like, why don't we eat here for breakfast more often? And it's because we usually stop at Jolly Holiday. And
which that's good too, but
if you want a cinnamon roll or a croissant sandwich, it's good, but the breakfast burrito was better.
That sounds amazing. And now, Courtney, you brought up a great point earlier, which is you can move those mobile orders around. So let's say there's a particular item you want to eat for dinner. You can order that item, I don't know, at 9 a.m. that day.
Oh, you can order at 11, 9. 10.
Yeah, but set that window for a time you think you might have dinner. And if you happen to be riding Rise of the Resistance at near that time, just make sure before your window opens that you move around that mobile order, like maybe a little later or a little earlier, or something, so that you can pick it up when it's more convenient for you.
Yeah,
I mean,
one
you
thing
can
we have
actually
run into one thing we have run into is you can't move it once that window opens.
Yes.
Once it says I'm ready or I'm here, then it will not let you move that time. So you have to do it beforehand. And then once you hit I'm here, prepare it, you cannot cancel it. So
it's going to charge you.
Yeah, it's going to charge you.
We've all learned the hard way.
Yes.
Learn from our mistakes.
Yes. Also, another tip, if you're attending the Disneyland After Dark events, you can go in the app that morning, pick all the food you want, order it all past that 8 or 9 p.m. time, whenever your After Dark event starts, and then you will mostly be guaranteed to have the food. I heard that a lot of the food ran out for Star Wars night, like a lot of the mobile order windows and things like that. And actually one of my orders was canceled before I was able to do it. It was actually at the Galactic Grill. It was like the lava ball thing. I don't know. It looks like
a parfait.
Yeah, the lava parfait, the Darth Vader thing. That was canceled and I did not cancel it. So I think they ran out at that point.
Oops. Well, at least they'll give you the courtesy of canceling it.
Yeah, they did cancel that one.
But sometimes I ran into, sometimes they'll accidentally press the button and say, oh, wait, you didn't show up when it wasn't your time yet. I had ordered a beer from Hollywood Lounge. One of the times we went, and the girl had accidentally pressed that it was my turn, like, to get the beer that I had ordered. And I had ordered it for like 3:30 or way after we were going to be in there. Because we were over at Disneyland when I got the message that like I didn't show up to my window.
Oh no.
Well, and you can't even park hop until after 1.
Yeah,
so,
after 1.
Yeah.
And I think I got the message at like noon or something, but like I just went up there at the regular time that I said I wanted the beer that I'd ordered, and she was like, oh yeah, I actually ran into the girl who accidentally did it. She's like, yeah, I accidentally pressed the button, here you go, because I had that receipt. So you'll get emailed a receipt as well when they charge you for it, because if you don't show up you'll get charged for it anyways.
Yeah.
But I wasn't mad or anything, because I was like, I'm gonna go get this regardless. But I was
although she was worried for like 2 hours, and I'm like, it's
okay.
I
was like, is it not gonna be there? But then again, a beer is different because they make it in front of you anyway. So
that's funny.
But bringing up a good point though is you cannot park hop until 1 p.m. That is something new after the pandemic as well. Before you could park hop anytime you wanted, hop over to California Disney, hop over to Disneyland. Of course, we talked about reservations on this podcast before. Always, you got to get those reservations for either Disneyland or California Adventure. They will not let you in if you do not have a reservation.
They have made it easier to get reservations and to do that process, I should say, to do the process.
And I believe Chapek just said that those reservations aren't going anywhere anytime soon. Recently.
Yeah, right. They're here to stay.
Yeah, they're here to stay. So make sure you've got those reservations. Make sure your ticket is for Disneyland and or California Adventure, because we did run into somebody that had a Walt Disney World ticket. And
at the front gate of Disneyland.
And the cast members were really confused until the manager came over and went, oh, I know exactly why this is not going through. This is a Walt Disney World ticket because it has a 50th on it. And it is Walt Disney World's 50th. It is not Disneyland's 50th. So check your tickets.
Make sure you're on the right coast.
Make sure you're not 5,000 miles away from your destination.
That's terrible.
But yes, reservations and park hopping is different these days. So just make sure you're watching the clock, and you won't be able to make any lightning lanes or anything like that at the other park until after 1 o'clock, because park hopping doesn't start until 1 o'clock. So that brings us to some nighttime.
Yes.
Yeah, nighttime spectaculars.
We had a really fun day when these came back.
Yeah. April 22nd.
Is when these came back, and we went, and we watched World of Color. Hightailed it over to Disneyland, watched the fireworks as we were walking through them, and then we parked ourselves and watched the Main Street Electrical Parade.
Yeah.
And the Encanto show on Small World.
Yeah.
All of that happens all at the same time.
Man, and we hightailed it from World of Color too. You really got to book it.
I don't know how long it took us, but it must have been at least like 10 minutes. It wasn't.
No, I think it was 15. Remember my watch?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was a 15 minutes. So yeah.
It was
That's
a
the way to
15-minute,
do it.
very brisk walk from World of Color to Small World. But
yes,
we had such a good time that night. It was so much fun. And speaking of mobile order, a lot of people mobile ordered their popcorn buckets and sippers that day. The Elliott popcorn bucket and the turtle spinning sipper was on mobile order. So if you are interested in that kind of stuff, it is on mobile order as well.
For which area? Like which
definitely
places?
Galactic Grill. Definitely
Okay.
Galactic.
Yeah, that was definitely Galactic Grill.
I believe maybe Red Rose Tavern had it too.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. So Galactic Grill, but they probably only issued a certain amount, right, of mobile orders?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they only issued a certain amount of mobile orders, and then you could stand in line and purchase
and get it. Yeah. So the mobile orders every day replenished, but there was only a limited amount. So if you do that, make sure you see it first thing in the morning.
Yeah, and that was fun, and we went live on our Skywalking Through Neverland YouTube channel to view the Main Street Electrical Parade. There was only a couple times we had a great view, except when some cast members decided to stand in the
I know
location.
I couldn't believe that that they were so oblivious to the fact that they were blocking everyone. But I understand that they were trying to do their job, but we were not rude at all, but we kindly asked them to step aside.
Yes. Yeah, that was really funny. You'll see it in the show, in the live stream. But that's on our YouTube channel if you want to watch that.
Yes. And they kindly obliged for us. So
yes.
And I don't know how long the Encanto show is going to be on Small World. But I believe, it's popular enough that it might be there at least through June. So if you're there for Star Wars Celebration, you could definitely pop in and see it then. I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. So, but what it is, it's kind of like what they do at Christmas time when they do the gingerbread and like all of these things. Christmas projections. Yeah, Christmas projections on Small World. They go through the whole "We Don't Talk About Bruno" song, and they have that whole animated sequence on Small World.
Yeah, it's really cute. Now, I can't wait. One of the things on April 22nd I was hoping to see was Fantasmic, because Nighttime Spectaculars were back. However, they weren't ready for Fantasmic yet because they're doing a lot of construction around that whole area of not Tom Sawyer's Island, the Rivers of America and Pirates of the Caribbean. And they're doing a lot of changes there to improve traffic flow and things. And so Fantasmic is not back yet, but it returns on May 28th. Now, are we going to be there on May 28th? No, we're not, because that's Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah, we'll be at Star Wars Celebration.
But I do have to say, this current Fantasmic is not my favorite.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right, Courtney. To each our own. I do happen to prefer the original Dragon, which is more mysterious. I really
do like that. But I also prefer, and even though it pains me to say, because I love Pirates of the Caribbean, but I want the Peter Pan on the Columbia is just so much better.
Well, they're more cartoony characters that you can see much better, I think, is really a big.
Pirates is a lot of black and red and.
Well, the thing is originally they were trying to do the whole skeleton like projection thing on them, and it just
I remember that
it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So it's just a bunch of pirates on the Columbia at this point. Yeah.
Okay.
It just, whatever they were trying to do to make it look cool, like they were going in and out of being skeletons, it doesn't work. You can't see
Well,
it.
we are getting a live action Peter Pan, so maybe they can bring the Peter Pan back to the Columbia in Fantasmic, hopefully. But speaking of construction updates, we've got more construction updates around the park. We've got Toontown under construction for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is coming, and they're going to be retooling Toontown as well. So it is closed for now.
You can't go to Toontown.
No Roger Rabbit.
I liked Roger Rabbit until the very end when they changed my Jessica Rabbit. I have
Courtney
issues,
doesn't
I'm
like
sorry.
change.
No, I don't like bad change, okay? I just don't like bad change. Putting a trench coat over Jessica Rabbit, that's just not good change. I'm just sorry. It's just not.
That's funny.
But again, I digress. Because now we have Tarzan's treehouse that's going away. And hopefully, maybe the rumors will be true that Encanto is coming, but we don't know. So
We don't know for sure. Tarzan's Treehouse is not something we do all
Not
the
every
time.
time.
Or
It
every
was
time.
cool to go up there during the construction progress of Galaxy's Edge, though.
Yes, we
You
used to
got
go
a
up there
very
a lot
cool
for that, yeah.
look at Galaxy's Edge when from up there when they were doing construction there.
But if you're going on a ride to see another ride, it needs to be updated.
Exactly. That
That's
is
funny.
kind of true.
And then I think, Kelly,
yeah.
you were just mentioning that Downtown Disney is completely under construction as well. That whole AMC theater and the Earl of Sandwich is gone, obliterated, done, dirt.
That is obliterated, but it is coming back.
Well, the
little
Earl of
window.
Sandwich,
Yeah.
yes, as a pop-up. Yes.
But it's as a little window. But yes, I'm very, very sad about that. But yes, Downtown Disney is a construction zone as well. They have put out plans to modernize Downtown Disney, and there was a little bit of controversy around that. They're going to modernize the Jazz Kitchen a little bit and make it more blend in with
the facade,
building.
yeah, which doesn't make
facade.
sense.
It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to
Mhm.
be blended in. Just let it be the Jazz Kitchen. It looks cool. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm a little sad that they have decided to kind of blend everything together. I just think of like Florida's Disney Springs and how alive Disney Springs is. Like you could almost make a full day just going to Disney Springs and doing things. Downtown Disney, I have not found that you can make a day just going to Downtown Disney. A couple hours, of course.
Yeah,
You
the
go to
evening,
World of-
perhaps.
Yeah, in the evening, perhaps. Maybe doing Splitsville and going bowling if you have if you need a break from the Disney craziness. But I would love to see them do something a little bit more themed. The modernization of it looks just kind of like streamlined and sleek, which is not what I associate with Disney.
Yeah, no.
I associate them more with themes and over the top buildings and things of that type of nature. So we'll see how this turns out. I'm sure they're just trying to attract other businesses to come into downtown.
No, but well, maybe, but also it's gonna look weird, because it's right across. It will be right across the way from the Star Wars Trading Post. So you have this whole like so themed out shopping area, and then right across the way you have this sleek just like a strip mall, but a little bit better. I don't know, maybe.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we'll see when the final product comes out how we feel, really. But the concept art, doesn't give us us a lot of hope for some of it.
No, no, but hopefully there'll be some really cool announcements with it. I hope that they have plans for it.
Yeah.
I know there's a dim sum place going in there. I don't know.
Yeah, I love dim sum, so we'll see. But it'll probably be expensive.
But guys, what's the major change of Disneyland and California Disney right now? It's Disney Genie Plus.
Yeah, Genie Plus.
And Lightning Lanes. And the most confusing system you've ever tried to work with.
Yeah. Which we did cover this when they like announced it and first implemented it. So Genie Plus consists of 3 different things. There's the free program that's just in the Disneyland app that gives you suggestions of what you should do at certain times. And then there's the Genie Plus, which is the paid version, which is $20 per person per day that you are there. And that's where you're going to make all of your selections on which rides that you want to skip the line for. And then there's the individual Lightning Lane, which there's only 3 rides at Disney Land. There's Rise of the Resistance, Radiator Springs Racers, and Web Slingers. So there's 2 in Disney's California Adventure and 1 in Disneyland, and their prices can vary depend on what day of the week it is. Except for Rise, which is always $20.
Yeah. That's a good rundown. And if anyone is more confused about that, you guys use that extensively. And
yes,
we have that on one of our episodes of Neverland Clubhouse. So make sure you guys check that out.
Yes, Sarah, we definitely use a Genie Plus a lot. We go to Disneyland a couple times a month, and Disneyland is very crowded as of right now. The demand is high, lines are long. And so we like to use Genie Plus to make our way around the park. At Disneyland and California Adventure, Genie Plus is kind of easier to use, is what we've found through videos and things of Walt Disney World, because our Genie Pluses are kind of ready and available for you within like the next 20 to 45 minutes. So we've been able to get lightning lanes pretty easily at Disneyland.
Yes. And so what we usually start is like at Star Tours, and then like basically whatever comes up next, is how you like really maximize that. Also, I know that they also offer a just photo pass, option that you can just buy a photo pass package for $20. And you get all the photos. That's what we did like before Genie. That's the packages that we were buying to do all the photo pass photographers as well as ride photos. Well, now that is all included in Genie Plus. So don't waste your money on just the photo pass packages. Go ahead, buy the Genie Plus. You'll get more out of it. You'll be able to skip the lines at the rides, as well as get all of the ride photos and do all the photo pass photos as well. And that's going to be all included for the $20 of Genie Plus than just buying a $20 photo package.
I do want to caveat this though, is Genie Plus is a shorter line. It is not a full-on walk-on.
Yeah.
For everybody, because a lot of people complain because they still have to wait in a line after they've bought Genie Plus. It does not guarantee you a walk-on onto the ride. It is just going to be a shorter wait than the posted wait time.
Yeah.
Usually about between 5 to 10 minutes. It's not very long. But I have seen people mad because they have to wait in a line and they bought Genie Plus. But it does not guarantee you a walk-on the ride. It doesn't skip the line completely.
Right.
That's good to know. All right. Well, I think that was a really comprehensive update. Hope that helped everyone listening. But now I think we're going to get into something else coming up at the end of this month.
Yeah. So me and Courtney are going to our first Star Wars celebration.
I am so excited. I love conventions.
So as newbies to this, which we don't get to be newbies very often, we are usually the pros.
The experts.
But usually we're the experts. And because we are newbies and we have a pro here, we want Sarah to give us the top 5 things she would like us newbies to know about Star Wars Celebration.
Aw, yeah, I've been going to Star Wars Celebration since 2007. And that was when it was in Los Angeles. And that was my first, was that my first convention? Yeah, I think that was my first convention, like big convention. And I was hooked. Like, it was amazing. Since then, of course, I've been to every Star Wars Celebration and D23 Expo that there has been. So very exciting. So I've got a lot of tips, and I am just looking forward to what we have coming up. And I'm going to give you my top 6 things.
That's fine.
Okay.
We've got an honorary mention.
Yes, there you go. Okay, so a few of the things I'm going to recommend are not just panels, because I know when people see conventions, panels is often one of the big things that's promoted because a lot of the special guests are going to be there, things like that. But I'm going to give you some other little things you might want to check out in case you're not a big panel goer as well. But that said, fun. I am going to start with a few panels. So first of all, on Thursday, this convention happens May 26th through the 29th at the Anahiem Convention Center. And so on Thursday, which is May 26th, the very first panel, the big one, is called Lucasfilm's Upcoming Movies and Shows. And this will be a lot like D23 Expo's big panels, where, you know, it's like the big Marvel panel or the big live action panel or the big animation panel. You know, they kind of showcase everything that's coming up, give you a few previews, give you a few trailers and tidbits that maybe not everyone's going to see, but only you in the panel room, right?
Okay.
So yeah, it's super exciting. So this is going to be a must-see showcase that will have Lucasfilm's current crop of live action filmmakers joined by special guests that will discuss the many Star Wars adventures coming soon, including Obi-Wan Kenobi, which will be premiering the next day, Andor, the Cassian Andor series, and The Mandalorian. And I'm sure they're going to showcase a few more things, like Ahsoka just began production this week. So that series.
Probably Ahsoka.
Yeah, so they'll probably be showing us maybe a few things, some behind the scenes from various shows and movies coming up, as well as probably some major announcements, right? They'll probably have some major, like, what's happening with this, like some of the movies that were all canceled or moved back. You know, I'm sure we're going to get now a timeline from that panel.
Perfect. That
Hopefully
sounds awesome.
that we can see that one.
Yeah.
Across.
Is there a way that we have to get into these panels?
Yeah, so what's happening is they are going to do a panel lottery, and it was supposed to open this past week, but they weren't ready. This is not surprising. But what it is everyone puts their name in. It doesn't matter what time you put your name in. Like, if you're the first person to put your name in, it doesn't matter. They're just going to like spit out a lottery of, okay, you are going to be able to go to this panel, because they're not allowing overnight lineups. And this is something that's been changed from the past, right? Okay. So you'll know whether you're going to be getting in. Also, they're going to live stream to at least 2 other big rooms in the convention hall. So part of that panel lottery is you'll be able to go to the Galaxy stage or some other stage and maybe watch the live stream of it, maybe not be in the room, but you could possibly be able to do that. Okay. Another place you could watch this panel is on the show floor, which in the Anahiem Convention Center, that's the big red carpeted area, right? Where everything is there. You buy stuff, the show floor, like in the middle of the show floor, there will be a stage set up for the Star Wars show live. And they will be also streaming live panels from there as well.
Interesting. Okay,
so
basically,
you're not totally shut out. Yeah, you'll get to see it from someplace if you want to.
Exactly. Yeah. And I do believe they will be live streaming this too, if you're not at the convention too.
Yeah, so I did hear that. Yeah. Very cool.
They might not, like, certain trailers or things they might not play. I know that happened in Star Wars Celebration Chicago for The Mandalorian when they were, that was before that had aired, and they showcased a trailer that you got to see if you were in the room, but no one else got to see it.
Even in the live stream of the 2 stages, or did they not do that?
You know, I don't know about the 2 stages, but I know that it wasn't shown on the live stream that went on the internet.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I am looking forward to Saturday, May 28th. There's a panel, the very first panel of the day, called Mando Plus, a conversation with Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. And if you know these guys, you ask them one thing and they're off and running and just spouting amazing lore and facts and just knowledge.
And maybe some spoilers.
Storytelling, spoilers, exactly. So this is just going to be a joy to listen to, in my opinion. I don't care if no special guests show up, just a conversation between those two. Sign me up. I'm there.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds fantastic. I could listen to Favreau and Filoni talk all day long, then.
Okay, another thing that conventions are known for is cosplay.
Awesome.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
Yes.
Star Wars people are diehard cosplayers. They
are.
get every detail, and they mix and mash up things that you would never think, and it's so cool. I do love watching all of that. Yeah.
So I have two places that you'll definitely be able to see cosplay. One is there will be a cosplay competition.
Ooh.
And this will be on Saturday, May 28th from 1 to 2. And often this is hosted by Ashley Eckstein. On Star Wars Celebration website right now, I do not see any like confirmation of that, but usually she's there as a judge or a host or something.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So that'll be a place to see some amazing costumes. But I do have another fun tip. And this is also if you need a break from the craziness that is the show floor or trying to get to panels or anything like that, you can just head outside of the convention center to the fountain that's right in front. And you can grab a seat and just people watch. And very often you'll see amazing cosplay. You'll see some photo shoots of cosplayers because there's some beautiful greenery around that area. Also, I know a lot of cosplay groups will be doing meetups in front of the fountain. That's a big meetup place. So that's a great place to see just amazing cosplay and chill, sound of the water flowing. Like it's a really nice, rejuvenating area if you need that.
And I know you like to cosplay, so are you going to do that this time or?
I do like to cosplay. What's interesting is in my Star Wars fandom journey, that's where I started was cosplay, like to get more into my fandom. But since starting the podcast, I'm really more about podcasting and being comfortable while I'm trying to cover things. So I might focus more on that, but I might have to do some kind of Scarlet Witch mashup with a Star Wars character. I don't know.
Nice.
I've been mulling it over. It won't be a fantastic, like amazing cosplay. It'll probably be more of an everyday cosplay I can wear on the go, but you might see that.
Ooh, that sounds fun. I mean, I would love to do cosplay, but like, I know one of the major things about cosplay is like making it yourself, and I can't do that. So I do more like a bounding kind of thing.
Right.
So
right. Exactly.
I do have a couple of like things that I'm thinking of that I have acquired. So I will definitely be in the spirit of things.
Well, you know what?
Aesthetic. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? You don't have to necessarily make it yourself. There are plenty of artisans out there or cosplayers who have built businesses making things for others as well. So like, you know, Etsy, think places like that. Like that's don't belittle yourself because you have to go buy something. Like that's not a problem. Okay. You know. All right. Well, number 4, I did mention earlier that the Star Wars show live will be this stage that will be set up in the middle of the show floor. And so anytime you think you like might have missed something in the convention or want to know what's going on, you can go there and anyone can walk up. It's the stage right in the middle of the floor. And I'm going to read what it says on StarWars.com. It says, whether you're joining us for the event or watching from home, Star Wars Celebration Live, presented by Geico, will be streaming panels, exclusive interviews, and other unforgettable segments direct from the show floor. Now, this means that there'll be a big panel where maybe you'll see Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor. Well, then after that panel, often the celebrities will show up on this Star Wars show live stage and be interviewed directly. So you could be standing there on the show floor and be up close and all of a sudden, what is it? Mark Hamill like is walking over. Now he's not going to be at this convention, but that's what happened in Chicago. Like, you know, Mark Hamill showed up on the stage and a lot of people got to see him really up close, versus, you know, when you're in a big hall D23, right?
Definitely.
I mean, this kind of sounds like the main stage or center stage with D23, where they kind of have games going all the time, hosts animators drawing, Imagineers talking about things. There's always something happening on that main stage, but it might be more of a taped show or a recorded show. Show.
What will happen? Yes, this is going to be live streamed. This is what will be live streamed to everyone 24. I want to say 24/7, but it's like the convention hours from Thursday through Sunday. So everyone will be able to see these interviews. But if you happen to be at the convention, you can walk right up and just watch them live, which is a really neat way to see that.
That's awesome. That's something to think about. Cool.
Yeah.
If you're not actually in the room, you hang out on that stage and you might see something. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and they'll be interviewing like behind the scenes people, you know, special effects artists probably. They'll probably be interviewing some artists from Artist Alley, things like that as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I'll have to mention they're going to rotate hosts. So Andy Gutierrez, Anthony Carboni, Christina Ariel, Hector Navarro, Jordan Hembro, and Kristen Baver will also be on that. You know, they will be the hosts interviewing whoever happens to come up, or just giving their commentary on the convention itself.
Awesome. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Probably talking about all the big newsworthy drops and surprises.
Definitely.
All right. Well,
and then number 5, what's the 5th thing?
Okay, the 5th thing, Star Wars Celebration art show.
Ooh. So
much like you see artists at other conventions, you know, there's usually a whole place in the floor for them. This is what happens at Star Wars Celebration. Artists go through a similar process like panelists. Like when you want to have a panel, you have to submit like, oh, this is my idea for a panel. Well, artists have to submit their idea for a piece of art or a sketches of artwork. And then Lucasfilm chooses several dozen that will produce the art, and they're allowed to sell in a special section on the show floor. And the art all has this Star Wars Celebration stamp on it, and it's a limited edition number of these artworks that they're able to print and sell. And you can buy their limited edition work there, or you can pre-order online. Regardless, it's really great to just take some time to walk through and look at all this beautiful artwork.
Okay, so you can buy it there, because like online I've seen everybody is just like pre-order, and you can pick up. So
there's a certain amount they're allowed to pre-order, and then I think they have to hold at least 50 back for selling on the show floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have taken a look at some stuff, but I haven't like made a commitment to do anything yet.
That's okay. That's okay. Richard and I have done this. We've pre-ordered before. I've gotten something from Lindsay which is Ahsoka. It's like framed right by my desk here. And Richard got something from Matt Bush, and they're a couple, or they were a couple. I don't know if they still are anymore, but we did interview them before one of the conventions, and we bought their art too. So
okay, cool.
It's really a fun memory, you know.
It's always fun if you can meet the artist too and have their art. So.
It's amazing
interaction with them.
Yeah,
that was always a big thing for our grandparents, is they always bought art from people they knew.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, another thing I didn't list here, but I think you ladies are very excited to do. Are you doing some photo ops and autograph signings?
Yes, I didn't get any autograph signings, but I did get a photo op, and I got one with Emily Swallow, the armorer.
Yeah. Yay!
I mean, I knew her before from Supernatural, which is like one of my favorite shows. And she was very big in one of the seasons in the later years. So when she showed up on The Mandalorian as the armorer, I got really excited. And then when she showed up as a person you could do a photo op with, and get a autograph, I was like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. But
That's awesome.
Autographs and photo ops are super expensive.
Yes. And this is a tip. The prices will only go up.
Yeah.
So if you think they're expensive now, they seemed very expensive back in 2007. And now it's like maybe a quarter of the price. So just bite the bullet.
I could say that like now I know why like everybody was like clamoring so much for like a wristband at D23, because at D23 Expo, you don't pay for autographs and signings. You have, but there's only a certain amount and there's only one event where they sign.
Wow.
You know, there's only this one instance where they do. And if you get a wristband, you get a wristband. But if you don't.
Yeah.
like,
and the last time we were at D23, the photo ops and the meet and greets were in reservation style. Like you made reservations for the panels. You could make reservations for the photo ops and the meet and greets. And those are free with your pass. So we're a little spoiled that way.
I mean, I think the first one that we attended, they had a little bit of like an artist alley where like some people were charging. Like I think I remember Dick Van Dyke was there and he was charging. There were some people who were charging, but then I know in like the later years, like 2017 and 2019 for sure, there was none of that. Like you didn't have to pay extra for autographs, but you did have to make a reservation. We did get a photo op with the cast of The Right Stuff. So like, that was really fun that we did that. So I'm really excited to meet Emily Swallow. Like I'm really excited. So
that is cool. And that's another tip. You can go online right now to StarWarsCelebration.com and see what photo ops or autographs are available. And you basically pick a day. You can't pick a time, but you can pick a day to meet them. And then they'll basically give you a time. So yeah.
Okay. Well, they said like another
Ewan McGregor was a big get this year. This was the Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor, you said?
Yeah. Ewan McGregor was a big get.
Yeah. He was.
Yeah, and he was he 300 or 400? Yeah, 300.
300 per photo op and per autograph. So you have to pay 300 for his photo op and then 300 for his autograph. And I was just like
600.
As much as I was like, as much as I want to meet him, because I love him, I do. I'm not paying $300.
Maybe we'll get lucky and get to wave at him from the stage.
Wave from him from afar.
I love it. Yes, I hope so.
I just want to be in the room, okay? That's all I want. That's all I want.
Where it happens.
The room. That's right, the room where it happens.
I hear you. Oh my gosh. Well, often I'm going to bring up my special mention here. Mm-hmm. Often, like, conventions can be overwhelming. I know when I first started, I was reading like the final Harry Potter book when I went to my first Comic-Con in San Diego Comic-Con, and like halfway through the day I was like, all right, I need like a break, and I took my Harry Potter book out on the lawn and like was just reading it. Well, I have a place for you in the Star Wars celebration, and that is the Star Wars Kids Classroom. This is usually a room that not only has a panel, but there's like usually areas where you can like sit or lounge and stuff. But throughout the day, they will be having some really cool panels, like Chris Alexander, who is our friend, who is the author of Star Wars Origami. Yeah. He will be teaching Star Wars Origami. And this is not just for kids, you know, as like, this is how I re-met Chris Alexander for Richard. Was I was needed a break and went to the Star Wars kids room at a Star Wars celebration. And like, anyway, but yeah, that's how like Chris and Richard re-met, because they were childhood friends.
Oh, interesting.
And anyway, it was kind of a fun story. But also what will happen here in 2022, there's various panels like Meet Galactic Pals with Mattel. So those little plushies, they're going to be a Mattel person talking about it. First robotics competition team will be meeting. Also, you can learn to draw with Hallmark. So there's a bunch of cute panels that even if you're an adult, you can just come in there and have a blast.
We've done a course with Chris Alexander over Zoom, and it's very interesting to do the origami. I like that. We might stop in there.
Yeah. And also I did read that Ashley Eckstein is going to be doing like a mindfulness class. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, like
Cool.
a meditation.
I don't know.
That makes
kind of like
sense.
her mental health Monday kind of thing. So
Oh, for the Star Wars kids?
yeah,
classroom?
like
Yeah.
in the classroom. So I don't know. I thought maybe check that out. I
That
don't
sounds
know, but-
amazing too. Yeah. Yeah. So, and I mean, you can go, of course, online, and we'll have a link in our show notes
Mhm.
about what is all available. But yeah, you can meet a droid. There's armor building with the Mandalorian mercs. Like, there's just such cute stuff. And it kind of, it repeats in this classroom. Generally
Okay.
on a per day basis, you'll have like the same panels.
Oh, okay. So like
That's
if you miss it on Thursday, you can go on Friday and it'll be basically the same thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like it's the same things every day.
Because I think probably Chris will do a different origami project, right?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
He's probably got plans to do
So many.
1 or 2 or 3 things if
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah. Yeah, there's also, oh my gosh, the Droid Builders room. Usually the Droid Builders, they have a whole room where they have on display all the droids that they've built, and it's really fun to go take photo ops with them. It's
Oh,
amazing. There's usually some great sets of like Star Wars props and sets that they're not from the film, but they're created by costuming groups. So that
Right. Yes.
and
Oh.
like there's this the Belgium 501st, or that they always bring like these huge setups that are straight from the films that you
Wow.
can take photos with. So that's another reason to cosplay and things. So that there's just so much going on.
Awesome.
Always. But there's some really exciting things happening with the Skywalking Network in general. The entire Skywalking Network will be at Celebration, if I'm correct. Yes.
Yeah. Most of us
Pretty much
definitely.
all.
And we will be on the podcasting stage with Sarah and Richard and everyone on the Skywalking Network doing a Skywalking Network variety show.
Yes, we are so excited about this because I mean, Richard put in for panels for like the fan stage because we have a lot of stuff we like to do, but we just decided to sign up for the podcast stage. Just what the heck, why not? And we got accepted. And so we wanted to spread the love. And because we're a whole network now, you guys, we're amazing, right?
I know, right?
It's
We
so
are
much fun.
such a strong network too. It's very
Yes.
cool.
It's amazing. So you both and I will be doing a Neverland Clubhouse segment.
Yes, we
We'll
will.
have Max Cervantes and Kevin Toft. They will be doing the Max Effects podcast segment. That's about like the special effects in movies and film. Also, we'll have Melissa Miller and James Floyd, who represent Star Warsologies, and they may be bringing a special guest for their segment. And their special guest possibly is Don Beese, and he is worked at ILM on the Star Wars prequels, Indiana Jones, much more. He's a really cool guy to have. So if we can swing him a pass for Friday, he's in.
Awesome.
Yeah. And also we're going to have a couple musical acts, including Din of the band F105. He's played at our previous podcast stage shows, and Eric Walker, who played Mace Tawani in the Star Wars Ewok movies. He is also a musician, and so he'll be playing a song as well. So
Awesome. Sounds
so
like it's gonna
much
be a
good
time.
content. Yeah,
Mhm.
so much
Yeah.
good content.
we're
Um,
excited.
We're excited that you've included all of us and that you've shared the
Yeah.
love, and for us to be going to Star Wars Celebration for our first time and then to be actually doing something on the podcasting stage is insane. So
It's so much fun.
it's
Going to be
amazing.
awesome. Yeah.
Yes. And Richard, as we know and love him, has written a book and
Yes.
is going to be available for book selling and book signing. And tell us all about it, Sarah.
Yeah.
Yes. So on May 25th, which is Star Wars Celebration Eve, we are at this event we will be part of this event, Bunta Eve Cantina. And this is at Biggs Bar and Grill in Fullerton, California. And it is a huge family-friendly event that starts at 4 p.m. and it goes till 8 p.m. for kids. And then after 8 p.m., it's going to be 21 and over until midnight. But it's this gathering of Star Wars celebrities that will be having autograph signings. It'll also be Richard and I will be podcasting and launching our book Today in Star Wars History, Part 1, January through June, which you can pre-order now. But with the pre-order, you will get a signing from Richard and I, which is pretty exciting. Plus, it's a pre-order package. So you also would get this awesome bag and a pin, a button that we're making, and also a bookmark. So all things that I've designed as well. And I've helped do the layout and design of this book. And Richard has been writing it for 9 years. And
yeah, you guys have been working really hard over there, over there.
Yes, we have. So we are very excited. And this is also starting at 8 p.m. Alderaan Idol. And if that sounds like American Idol, well, you're kind of right. What it is, it's a karaoke singing competition. And we have a lineup of singers that are going to sing their songs. And we have celebrity judges. And it's going to be amazing. And if you want to hear some of the celebrities that are going to be at this event, Richard and I have been interviewing each one leading up to Star Wars Celebration on skywalkingthrough-neverland.com. So we just had this amazing interview with Misty Rosas, who is the performer in Kuiil from The Mandalorian. She is the suit performer, and as well as the Frog Lady from The Mandalorian season 2. And
awesome.
Yeah, she just like spouts wisdom. It was amazing. It was like talking with Yoda. She was so cool. But she will be there. And we also spoke with Samantha Aline, who is the first female stormtrooper. She will also be attending. Will be her first U.S. signing at this Bunta Eve Cantina bash, wow. Which is super cool. She lives in London. Yeah,
oh, she lives in London. Okay,
she lives in London, and we just interviewed her. That episode will be out this week as well. So Samantha Aline, amazing woman. Oh my gosh, it was so cool to talk with her as well.
Yeah, these interviews have been so cool to listen to. I love the Kevin Thompson one. So
yes, and Kevin Thompson's going to be there. Oh yeah, he was great. Kevin and Tracy Thompson, like, can't wait to meet them in person too. Yeah. Just it's going to be a really cool way to get some like one-on-one time with some of these celebrities that at Star Wars Celebration it'll be hard to really interact with them at all.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely planning on being at Bunta Eve. Yeah.
Yay!
Yes, we're coming to Bunta Eve. It's
awesome.
gonna be a good time.
It will be.
Yeah.
All right. So, go ahead.
I was gonna say, but also you guys have other panels that are gonna be at Celebration as well, right?
Yes, because Richard likes to bite off more than he can chew. No.
Are you guys going to be doing anything else rather than your panel?
I don't think so. But you know what? That's okay. We've got like almost a panel a day. I think Sunday is the only day we don't have something going on. But yes, we are excited though, because we are going to be hosting 2 panels. One is called Celebrating the Ewok Adventures with Eric Walker, who played Mace Tawani in the Ewok Adventure movies, and Kevin Thompson, who we just talked with, who played the Ewoks in the films and in Return of the Jedi as well, and possibly an additional actor. If schedules allow, she will be on stage as well. So cool. I can only tease that. We were not quite certain yet.
Okay.
And then also we will be doing a panel, Fandom Through the Generations, with guests Craig Miller, who worked at Lucasfilm back in the 70s and 80s, and Dan Madsen, who was the founder of Star Wars Insider magazine. He's worked with Ashley Eckstein. And also our hope is to have one more additional guest who worked at Lucasfilm like up to date times. So we can
okay.
have a whole fandom through the generations, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and today. And
Cool.
that seems very good as well. That's looking good, but we have to clear it with Lucasfilm. That's why we haven't
okay.
announced that
Got
guest
it.
yet.
Yeah, that sounds
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna try and make it to those panels as well.
Yeah. Sorry,
They
guys.
are
You got to
on
make
our
it to a lot
list.
of our panels.
Hey,
But they're on
we
our
were
list.
expecting that.
Exactly. And also, it's so exciting because Star Wars Ologies, James Floyd and Melissa Miller, they love doing panels. They're basically panel alums of San Diego Comic-Con. And they've done lots of panels there. So we are going to be doing they're going to be doing their own panels. James Floyd will be hosting Star Wars tourism. And it's a panel all about visiting the filming locations from the films and the Disney Plus series. And Richard and I will be on that panel because we visited filming locations such as Death Valley. And James Floyd has visited Skellig Michael, which is Octo in the new films. And Tython, which is, let's see. There are places in California you can go to, such as Tython, which shows up in The Mandalorian. So we're trying to cover all, not even just the movies now, but also the series.
So they actually went somewhere, even though they only show us the
yes, some of those, right. Stagecraft, you mean? Yeah.
Well, didn't they build this whole like virtual like stage?
They
show?
did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, but sometimes
Can't remember what it's called right now.
Yeah, it's called Stagecraft is what they like.
Is that what it's called?
The program they use. Yeah. And also Melissa Miller will be doing a panel. She's a science writer on Nerdist and Star Wars Insider. Yeah, she just got her new job and she's working at Nerdist.
Okay, cool.
Right now. Yeah.
So she can tell them that Richard is right and they're wrong about that date.
About which part?
About that date.
Oh, yes.
Something that came out the wrong date. I think
on the 10th.
About on the 10th instead of the,
right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I forget which movie it was, but yeah, that's funny. Okay, yes.
Yeah. Just like
if you're in the Skywalking Network Facebook group, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah. We're throwing shade. All right. However, Melissa Miller is really into animals. Part of her background, she has a scientific background. And so her panel is called Galactic Critters, Big and Small. And she brings together a panel of experts to speculate about everything from Dianogas to porgs, womp rats to purgles. And she's bringing together herpetologist, a molecular biologist, an ophthalmologist, a paleocologist, and a conservation biologist.
My goodness.
No wonder her podcast is called Star Wars Ologies.
I know, right?
You want to hear their podcast live? Go to her panels.
Exactly.
I'm sure they're gonna be doing all kinds of stuff over there.
All kinds of sciencey stuff.
It's gonna be so cool. I'm so
that is really cool.
I
mean, that's really neat. And I do remember, like, from Forces that, like, she tried to do that. That
she did do
well.
a panel on that.
She did
yeah.
do that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's really cool how she kind of like has people. Well, like, what is it? Like a porg is like a penguin or something like that. Like they kind of match it to what a real world animal would be.
And they try to relate it to you so you can kind of understand the creatures and the science of Star Wars. And I think that's a really cool take on it. I mean, for you to relate it to something in your life and be that connected to it is really cool.
Yeah, I agree. And James Floyd is also hosting one more panel called The Science of Attack of the Clones, very similar to Melissa's, but in this case, I'm going to read this description. From clone troopers to planetary rings to Anakin's moral struggles, Attack of the Clones is full of connections to real-world science. So such questions like, how might seismic charges work? Can you really accelerate clone growth? How healthy is Anakin and Padme's relationship?
Not very healthy.
I know. So he brings together some experts like the prequel model maker, Fawn Davis, Dr. Drea Letamendi, who is on her own podcast, Lattes with Leia. She's a psychologist as well. He's also bringing together a geologist, an astrophysicist, and a sci-fi author. So, wow. These panels sound really cool too.
Yeah.
And if you want to know all the times to these various shows, we're going to share them in the show notes, as well as we have Facebook events on the Skywalking Through Neverland page. All the events are listed there as well.
But especially come to our Skywalking Network Variety Show is going to be on Friday at 5 p.m. Come and see us all. We want to see all your faces and enjoy our time together. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. And it's nice that it's so late in the day too, because that's generally a time people are like chilling out.
However, we are going to be running to Disneyland afterwards because we have Star Wars night at Disneyland.
That is very true. Woo!
Yeah.
And also the awesome. Crazy weekend.
We're jam-packed because the night before we have I did get tickets to D23's Galactic whatever.
Oh, the disco.
Yeah, Galactic Disco.
That'll be fun. I can't wait to hear all about that.
I have no idea what it's going to be. They promised tacos and libations and special character sightings and a DJ. So
just give Courtney tacos and she'll be there.
They promised tacos, okay?
That's awesome.
Wow. Yeah, we do have a Star Wars night at Disneyland afterwards. We will be there till 1 a.m. But it's going to be a fun weekend, and I cannot wait to experience it. It's going to be a whole new world for me and Courtney. Me especially, but Courtney.
I have a little bit of it, but it's like through the eyes of D23 Expo. So we'll just see. I'm excited.
Yes, I'm still a new Star Wars fan, so I still don't have all the references and knowledges about everything, but it's going to be a fun weekend.
Yeah, you'll definitely have fun no matter what kind of fan level you are. It'll be great.
Thank you so much for sharing, Sarah.
All right, guys. Well, we've reached the end of another episode, but we want to hear from you. Did this episode help you in perhaps a new Disneyland trip, or if you're heading to Star Wars Celebration? Let us know. And you can let us know at Instagram at Neverland Clubhouse Pod.
Yes, be sure to follow in the upcoming months because we've got a lot going on. So at Neverland Clubhouse Pod is going to be your go-to to find out everything we're doing. And we want to give a big shout out and thank you to Rob Dellinger for composing our theme song. To hear more of Rob's work and to see where he will be playing next, please go to his website, alpharhythmkings.com.
We are part of the Skywalking Network, where you can also find other great shows like Skywalking Through Neverland,
Talking Ape,
the Max Effects Podcast,
Totally Tell Me Everything,
Star Warsology,
and the YouTube shows Today in Star Wars History and Collectopolis.
You can check out all the Skywalking Network podcasts and articles at skywalkingthroughneverland.com, and then make sure to head to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Skywalking Through Neverland, because we often go live from the parks there too.
Yes, and you can also find us on social media on Instagram at Neverland Clubhouse Pod, at CLT8622, at Kelly Turkel, and at Jedi Tink. And we're at Facebook at Kelly Turkel and Courtney Turkel.
You can also find us in the Skywalking Through Neverland Facebook group. Just search Facebook for Skywalking Through Neverland group. Request to join and then answer the questions that pop up. Do it or we can't let you in. All right, then, second star to the right and straight on till morning. Join us for our next adventure from the Neverland Clubhouse.